Yeah, the defence wasn't quite ready, and that's been a big, absolute, intricate part of the Quebec Saints game as they bring those defenders down forward. O'Farrell, he's a half-back flanker as he lines up here. Got to make sure that the wind is taken account for. There it is, a beautiful kick, and umpire Bill Robert thrusts those two hands forward. 6 points, Quebec Saints. The young man Luke O'Farrell employed those Indigenous Australian skills, the boomerang kick as it swerved around in the Central Texas breeze. 6 points for the Saints, my man. Grilla, back to you in the middle, my friend.
There we go again. Well, they put on their boots and saddle and rode that Mustang out the chute. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. We can take your chances and give that dice a throw. Who's going to survive this Division 2 rodeo? In the middle again, left and right, players around the ball. Who loves me, says the ball. I'm a Lady Antebellum. Show me your love. She's going to try and pick her good man there. The Sacramento Saints have got it, not 15, play it on. Let the record play. Play action in the middle of the ground. Quebec seem to be better on the edges. They're good in the middle, but they seem to have a man on the edge, like living on the edge. And here's another one. They edge it out, the pack by handball. He's free to do what he wants any old time. Whistle on the play. All pale ale, $7 a throw. This is a USAFL Division 2 throwdown, stomp down. Line it up. Quebec Saints is going to take a long ride. It's off towards the pocket. It bounces in front. Who's playing in front? Slant wrap out of side. Number 17 here for the Quebec Saints is Emerald. Emerald kicks it, but to the safe hands of the number 8 for the Sacramento Suns, who is Andrew Jacobs Scooter.
Andrew Jacobs surveys his options. Sloppy kick, not one of his better ones. It's all Suns at ground level. The boys need to step up here. They've recovered from that. This is Aaron Crumpacker. Crumpacker kicks it long. I'll tell you what though, it's all Saints, and he's no plan, says the umpire. Here they go forward again. This is McKernan. McKernan overrode the ball. It's royal blue and white. The Quebec Saints, Quebecois. They move it forward. Look at this big man. This is going to be the man, Ed Manning. He moves it forward. Good handballs out. This is good sack footy, but I'll tell you what, the Saints are up to the task. Moves it down towards centre half forward. There's a Saint down behind play. The umpires say play on. Almost the mark there. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's very, very close. And good umpiring from Jonathan Mills, caring about the safety of the players. The young man was down on the ground. He says, give the ball to me. I think he's going to throw it up, Grilla. And that is the sort of care that the umpires in green show, which is magnificent.
Chanson pour les petits enfants. A chanson pour tout le monde in the middle of the ground. A song for the children, a song for the world, and we're back in the middle again. We're dominating the world here in football, the biggest carnival anywhere in the world. Quebec Saints have it. They want to take it back across the border. Let's get down to the border on the edge there. Quebec Saints have it. Need to be free. Got the pace. Had the presence of mind to handball. Suns trying to use their body, baby. Can you feel their body? They give it back to their number 1 there for the Sacramento Suns as Wade Askew. Askew was tackled, but quick enough to get the handball away. The ball is on the ground. Come get me. If you want me, you won't have a chance to move now. And the ball has been moved and grooved out of bounds on the central wing position there, Scooter.
The action out here has been hotter than Grilla's bedroom on Sunday night at Nationals. Let's see what happens from here on out as the ball rotates approximately 6. No, the umpire says throw it in again. Jonathan Mills, of course, one of the most experienced American umpires. He's right up there with Ed Hockley in terms of his professionalism. This one rotates 26 times. Might have been held without it, the big fella. Manning, I think it's Peyton Manning's brother, also related to Eli. Down on the deck there, that's Mel Chen, the former Golden Gate Roos player, slung around with the ball. Look at this man go. That's Crumpacker. Ball's kicked out and it squirts out. Here we go again. The absolute intensity required here. Number 21 from Quebec. That's going to be Robinson. Here's to you, Mr. Robinson. Beautiful hands picking it up on the far side. It's the intense side of the ground. Good attack. Here they go again. The Quebec Saints. Can they put their names on the Div 2 trophy? Big men fly over the back as a Sacramento Suns player. Can't pick up the football. Tackle to the ground. Ball says the ground. Play on says umpire on it. It's hot. It's heavy. Who knows what's going to happen? And umpire Arnott crosses himself points to his sternum, says if you hit me here, I say hello, how are you? Willa, what do you see?
Parked like 7 inches from the Dexter Sun. The Quebec boys have got all the moves, the grooves, and they're cool at the moment. Suns, here is their chance. A lot of tired players out there, tired bodies. This is where you just got to step on up, gear jam to the next mental frame. Toss up. Here we go, 15-point margin. Quebec Saints have it. Quebec Saints turn around, shoot to the heavens, 8 miles high and falling fast. Pumped away there by the good Saints, goes by the Suns. A quicker than a ray of light. They're trying to exit. Stage right. Stage left, in fact, for number 4 there for the Sacramento Suns, who was Tristan Boyer. They link up and then on the byway to the number 1 who's like to take a bounce, come on, bounce there, and Wade Askew. Was there a push plate? Push or holding the ball there? Holding the ball it was. Just ran a little bit far. Quebec Saints held him up in the drive. Drives it to his number 14 to accept, program to receive. Rowan Shaughnessy. Take me away to Marcel, as he says. Well, to Marcel, he gets Luke O'Farrell. O'Farrell, oh boy, has he been good, he's been terrific, knowing for his left to right kicks. Punches it up, rainbow effect, taken by the number 88, from pirate.com to 88, Christopher Sula, looking for options, identifies, man on the mark. Mark hasn't been set by Jonathan Mills. He hit the mark and he says the other guy must go back on the angle. You can see where the arm is extended out to his right. So the Quebec Saint actually has to follow that line. Now, number 8, Christopher Sula.
Look at Jonathan Mills' underarm, no sweat.
Around we go, no, still can't play on until Jonathan actually says, get yourself around to your right. Let's get a little bit sideways to the right, he says. Here we go, leads on from the full forward. Who does he find? Ace in the hole! Top of the pack, number 28 is David McMurty. Now McMurty is tight up against the boundary. Hardly see daylight between the sticks. I see. But it's funny how impossible dreams manifest in the games that come with it, nevertheless. Focus from there, it's on its way, it's offline. They rise! Rise in! The number 30 there for the Quebec Saints is, in fact, Chris Shee. And she, like no shoes, no shirt, no problem, will have a shot from point blank range. Oh she, oh boy, shimmy that thing, shimmy that. 6 points, Quebec Saints. 21 on the black chrome scoreboard. Plays zippity-doo-dah. We're back in the middle there. A little grab from the Urban Cowboy Band, just saying, and we're back in the middle.
Magnificent set of hands there by Chris Shee. As we see some of the big players from the Quebec Saints have made a huge difference here. Their system football has been great, and they have now 1.5 hands on that Division 2 Cup. As umpire Steve Arnott's Biscuits, let's not comment on what side, perhaps Tim Towns, perhaps not. He throws it forward, gravity does its thing, the ball comes down, it's all about the Suns from here. Aaron Crumpacker drives them forward, but I tell you what, Phil Manasseh's son, Philip Manasseh's there, and look at him go. He won't take a bounce this time, but he'll go to the intense side of the ground. He'll look for his man, that's Ronan Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy's little kick on board, player says the umpire, no, marked by Steve Arnott's Biscuits. Right foot kick, and here they go again. The Quebec Saints, they're all about it here. Division 2 championship well within their grasp. Look out, oh Canada might be sung. The young man Clover's in there. Holding the man, says Jonathan Mills. Which way will he point? He points his arm. We still don't know. It'll go the way of number 15 of the Quebec Saints. That's going to be Dominic Coogan. Coogan's got options. Beautiful kicking forward. Look out. Oh, I'll tell you what. The big fella was down there. He was pushed in the back, and he's been influential. His name is Chris Shee, and Shee is going to get an opportunity to have a second shot on goal as he goes and fetches the football. He came out hard griller. He stopped and he propped, and he got absolutely poleaxed by the Sacramento defender who plowed through him. He looked a little bit like Odell Beckham Jr. trying to make a catch in the end zone. Couldn't make the catch, but gets the free kick by clipping, my friend.
He's becoming a star here. A star on this match, like rock star, superstar, 5 cars, rent charge, looking up at the world, don't trust nobody. Kind of look over your shoulder constantly, but now he has to look straight in behind. By Conway. Shots on its way.
There by She. Umpire Bill Robert thrusts himself out to the right, and he shoved that hand out with absolute beauty. He's an ambidextrous young man, Bill Robert. And just one behind the Black Chrome scoreboard score check. It's going to be the Quebec Saints 3-4-22. Sac Suns yet to score. As umpire Jonathan Mills turns around, looks at his number and says, number 3, you're going to have to go off the blood rule. Quite clearly there's some sort of human contact out there, which indicates that blood has come, claret if you will, from his human body. They'll quickly rotate the new player in as Millsy, he rotates and says, bring in that man. We're not quite sure who it'll be. The time is running. He's just moving along, and the Sacramento Suns defender will do just that. That's going to be Matt O'Leary as he kicks it wide. 2-on-1 contest. Ball hits the deck, squirted out there. Jailhouse soap bar style. O'Leary goes again. O'Leary looking for the boundary line. And I'll tell you what, very, very lucky Grilla not to get it delivered out of bounds there, as he had almost no other option.
Good option there by Jonathan Mills, gave him the benefit of the doubt. Laid back, says the boundary umpire, your life begins, and let's begin it once again. Tapped down by the Suns. There's always the sun. There's always time to kick 3 goals. Well, it slipping away from me. And it could be breaking the Sacramento Suns, watching it slip away. But they will not be denied, and they're back in the middle. It's hardcore, like a Jeff Beck song, like going down when you've got your feet out the window. And your head on the ground. No time wasted. Waste not, want not, and it's come out. Not 15. Called to play on. Let the record play. Play action. Right full forward pocket here for Quebec. Ching, ching, ching. The pinball effect. Here's that man we spoke about last time. Outlet pass. Shot on goal. Ooh, skew us off the boot and through for a minor score to the left-hand side of Billy Conway. It's the right-hand side of the big stick and through for 1 point. So therefore on the Black Chrome scoreboard they move on to 23. And Sacramento Suns yet to score. Scooter.
Crucial here, Grilla, is the wasting of time as we start to come down to the back end of the Division 2 National Championship here. Oh, the marker's almost taken on the far side. That's the young man by the name of Daniel Robinson. Couldn't take the mark. Ball's moved out. Stacks on the Jonathan Mills. And the man with the same namesake, oh, I'll tell you what, he says, you've dragged it in, young man. You've dragged it in. And so it's holding the ball, which is a good rule. And the big man, Brian Lewis, he's going to move it forward for the Sac Suns. Oh, he kicked it out of bounds on the fall. Brian Lewis under pressure, but there is implied pressure in these national championship games. This is what it's all about. We're going to hear about it from Dan Jackson, Ben Griffiths. Premiership football required. Here we are in the Premiership quarter, moving it downtown. The Quebec Saints, good mark by B squared. Brian Brewer, not Brian Parrish, Brian Brewer. B squared number 2, beautiful kick. Markers taken, ladies and gentlemen. Number 28, that's going to be David McMurdy. And David McMurdy will line up in an influential pocket. The wind might help him here. 35-23, one more goal. Might just about put both hands on a Canadian Division 2 National Championship. McMurdy, again, what's he going to do? Right foot kick coming up. A good kick, but the wind absolutely takes that. And Bill, the man himself, Dr. Bill, pats his shoulder. One behind. Black Chrome scoreboard score check. 4-6-30. No, 3-6-24 to the Quebec Saints. Yet to score Sacramento Suns grill.
Number 10 in the hands of, for Sacramento Suns, will be Melvin Chen. It's O'Neill, in fact. Kicks it out to the outer side. Danger. Lots of troubles. A little bubble here for the Suns. Trying to get their shine on. Can they get their shine on? Well, they get it on lateral towards the boundary, and it's the way it is on the outer side. Throw in will be next. Next up is the Division 1 final between the hosts, the Austin Crows, 2013 Division 1 winners, 2011 Division 2 winners. Everyone's a winner, ain't that the truth, in USAFL. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, handball for Quick Suns, they're closing at 40. They give it all the way this afternoon to the right-hand side and through for another minor score, just peppering away like they're peppering hotel gates. And they move on to 25. Sacramento yet to score, Scoots.
Just like 2:15 at the bar, the Sacramento Suns are getting desperate. It's almost closing time, and I'll tell you what, they really need to step up. O'Leary, what's he going to do? Red sleeves, right boot, kicks it wide. Look out for the big man. Ball hits the deck, blue at ground level. Look out here. This is Peyton Manning's brother, Ed Manning. Free kick paid. And all of a sudden, look at this, Grilla. We've had another player count call. I really do.
Well, let's have a look at the scoreboard. Alex Benjamin hasn't received any instruction. So it's play on. They survived. Like they can skin a buck and run a croc line, and Quebec Saints have survived.
We don't know what's happening. I'll tell you, I look at Matt Bishop's face, and that says to me that he still thinks they're in it.
Well, the score hasn't been erased. The scorer hasn't been told to erase the score. Here comes the umpire now. Where are we at? The toe off. All right, still rolling.
Okay, clear as mud. The Quebec Saints lead still by 25 points, and they go forward perhaps for the last time.
Well, I thought so, because it wasn't a raise on the scoreboard.
Absolutely not. The Black Dome scoreboard, super, absolutely magnificent. Here he is, the big star, behind the stick, number 19, Grillo, what's his name?
Kyle Graham just missed the left-hand side.
Two hands now on that Division 2 championship. Absolute controversy out here on the field. It creates cash, may not create championships though, as the Sacramento Suns, they have another crack. All Saints at ground level. Ball comes in. Bishop, can he fly over the back? No, Grilla, over the boundary line and out of bounds, my man.
Just the way Quebec want it. Locked down and their forward line. Division 1 is imminent. Dan Jackson, Ben Griffiths, start making your way, please, to the central commentary position. And that's commentary, I said. Meanwhile, Suns clear the danger. The wall has been built. The wall that Quebec Saints built. There's a shot from way on downtown and through to the Bill Conway's left. That makes it their right. And right onto the scoreboard now. They move to 26 or 27 plays Zippity-Doo-Dah. Scotty Matheson.
You might think Matty Bishop's teams run their race. They tried to use bureaucracy. In this instance, the Democrats and the Republicans, they were not coming to their aid. Meanwhile, here we go again. Look at the Quebec Saints. They get on that ground level. Ball's in dispute. And umpire Steve Arnott, he says, come and get a Rivita. I'm going to throw it skyward momentarily. But all of a sudden, here comes gravity. Brings it straight back down. This is not the moon. This is not the sun. This is championship football. It's Quebec Saints, Sacramento Suns. Ball's in dispute. Just like a bar of soap in the jailhouse. It squirts out. The men fight for it. Ball's on the deck. Steve Arnott says too high. Free kick. Sacramento Suns. Ball's got to be brought back, Grilla.
Behind the mark. Let's take it behind the mark. No advantage paid there. Well, they ain't going to give up. They've got an outlet pass on the other side. Well, it's going to be wide open throttle cause, or Cooper's in a bottle at the moment. It's been 1 for all for 1 by Quebec. Saints will not back down. They're going to play this out to the bitter end. Well, it twists. It could have easily changed. The count was close. The ball was close to the boundary, but it's been taken by the Suns. Suns have it. Still, they're going to roll that hot dice. The dice now was aired. It hits the gaming table. Fist of Fury by the number 22 there for the Quebec Suns. Here's Morgan White and whacks it out of bounds, Scooter.
I'll tell you what, the Quebec Saints, they're going to be really looking here. That Division 2 championship has launched a lot of wonderful clubs across the USAFL history. Is this the next dynasty we can see? The Austin Crows won it back in the day. The Quebec Saints, they look like a very, very capable outfit as they move it across. And ladies and gentlemen, there it is, the Quebec Saints 2015 national champions. What on earth is going on? Ladies and gentlemen, they've won. I saw the Sacramento Suns captain run out, and thank goodness it's not another count. The Quebec Saints, they are the 2015 Division 2 national champions.
That they were. Great coverage right across their world out there. It all started with that man, Manasseh, at the centre half back, who set the tone. He was joined in there by White, and when he set the tone, the Suns had all the play in the first stanza of the first half, but they just couldn't cross over into the offensive side. Some good forwards down there too. McMurdy was one for the Quebec Saints. So all round, Quebec Saints had the power forwards, and that could have different the match.
I'll tell you what, they've been listening to that urban cowboy band. They had the power play played down there.
Commander control, destroying the green.
Listen to those beautiful vocal cords. Philip Manasseh, how good was that? The big man, when they were kicking into the wind, he just stayed across the back out there. He might be a backdoor man, I'm not going to assume, but he was very, very good. And just like we said at Collingwood back in the day, Philip Manasseh, potential MVP candidate, my friend.
A lot of names came up there looking back now. We look at the likes like Luke O'Farrell up forward. That's a name we caught a lot of. Ronan Shaughnessy was another that came in. Dominic Coogan we called oftentimes, and Daniel Robertson. Morgan White I've spoken about. And what about David McMurtry? McMurtry in